Yeah, it is a universal message. So what does manifestation mean to
hmm
you? Or how would you describe it to the
I think it's
listeners?
a beautiful question, and my perspective on it has shifted a lot. I used to think manifestation was the vision board, where it's like you visualize what you want,
Mm.
kind of like the law of attraction movie, which I think is like a great message, but it also, to me, it's shifted beyond that. It's less about attracting certain things into my life, like the specific people, life circumstances, and material things. They just feel like they match the vibration we're at. And if we're in a very happy vibration, very like positive, we manifest things that often we don't even realize we want, that fulfill our soul and make our heart happier than the things I used to think I wanted. So many things I thought I wanted, I didn't really get, and I actually don't want them anymore because they were kind of desires I learned from the society growing up without even realizing it. And then now it's just like much more simpler than that.
Yeah, it's just, I think it's fulfilling your soul's
hmm
purpose on what you're supposed to do here on earth. And do you think your purpose is to write and spread kind of this
It's
message?
been a question I've asked myself a lot ever since that book came through, Manual for Manifesting Your Dream Life. Because for me, I never wrote it from a place of like, I figured it out and here's what I learned. It was just like pure automatic writing when that book came through. And I know one of the big messages is focus on your heartstream life. But the part I always struggled with is what exactly is my heartstream life? So that's kind of been a personal search for me for a long time. Now I do feel like writing is the biggest expression of it, but I see it more as like a spiritual teacher. So I still like creating the social media posts and making videos, hopefully more in the future.
Yeah, and have you so for the people that are like struggling to figure out, you know, what do I really
hmm
want in life? Like where do I want to go? What do I want to do? Some people don't really even know. Where where would you tell them to
hmm
start?
It's a great question. I think the most popular answer, I'll just start there and then I'll share my personal opinion, is to ask yourself what you enjoyed in your childhood. Like, what did you do when you weren't really thinking about how to make a living or overthinking it too much to meet other people's expectations? It's just the thing that lit you up. And I absolutely think that's possible. And then I also think another question is, what would you do if you had unlimited money? Because I think so much of it is,
Mm.
I want more money so I can do the thing I love and be happy, instead of realizing you can start to do the things that make you happy. And they don't have to be this big, all encompassing life purpose that changes the world. It could just be, I love baking, I love painting, I love dancing. And you just start there. And the more you do the things that light you up, the more you get inspired with other things you want to do. And you kind of just, oh, this sounds fun. This sounds fun. So it's really following the joy, I think.
Completely. I was in the hair salon yesterday and I asked that question because it's in your book on a unique the one on abundance, the unique
hmm
path to wealth. And I asked her, I said, we were talking about
hmm
the lottery, and it was like, I don't know, millions. And I said to her, what would you do if you won the lottery? And she said to me, I would still do hair. And I was like, yeah, I said the same. I said, even if I won the lottery now, I would still podcast. I would still, um, want to do events. I would still do my manifestation workshops. And I think that's a sign that you're on the right path. So phrasing it as like, if you had an unlimited amount of money, what would you do is such a great way to look at it. And I find that the majority of people
hmm
struggle with money. Like when I do my manifestation masterclass, I ask people, what's the number one thing you're manifesting? And a lot of the time it's abundance. And it's not abundance for like the Chanel bag or the fancy car, the fancy house. It's really just to live a life not stressing about
hmm
money. Um, but people struggle a lot with money because I feel like they limit themselves to like, oh, well, I'm a teacher, so I can only earn X amount, or I'm a nurse, so I only can do. How would you, what would you say to people about the topic of the universe and money?
Yeah, that's a great question. I'm just gonna feel into it for a second. Yeah, I feel like it's so different for each person. I think we all need money to meet our essential needs. There's no denying that. And it's good to be honest about that and not deny our need for money. And at the same time, I think in general, a lot of us overemphasize the amount of happiness that more money will give us and the amount of money that we need to start doing what we love. I think there's this idea that it's all or nothing. It's like you need to have enough money to quit your full-time job to be a full-time artist if you want to paint or if you want to dance. And we can always find time to do a little bit of what we love, even if it's on the weekend. And I really believe those tiny bits where we get to fully express our soul can bring us more energy that we didn't even know we have. So during the week, if you feel constantly lethargic, the weekend you just want to binge TV and just recharge, it's not because of too much work. I'm not saying it's not stressful. It can be extremely stressful. But a lot of times, if we do the thing that just lights up our heart, even just for a little bit for the people we love, it brings so much energy. And all of a sudden, you have new, fresh ideas and you don't feel so tired anymore. You feel like you want to do more fun things that light up your soul. And I think just going from there is enough. I think we don't have to put all this pressure on, it needs to be a life-changing amount of money. And I know it feels like I want to just quit my job. I want to not do what I hate and just do what I love all the time. But let's just start step by step and not worry about trying to get to the finish line immediately and just focus on how good you feel doing just 10 minutes of what you love, because that feeling will give you something that you can't even visualize now if you're in that state of it feels like nothing's fun, everything is heavy. It's like just a little bit of energy shift can get you completely out of that state and feeling good. And then from that place, new ideas will show up and new realities will feel possible that didn't feel possible before.